Hey everybody, and welcome to... Wait a minute. We're not outside. Wait. Hey everybody, and welcome to my backyard. Today, I wanted to come outside because I was driving around today, and I felt... do the intro first, and we'll get into that.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
An amazing show, an amazing show. You gotta watch it right now.
So it rained last night. It hadn't rained in California for a very long time. Me and a couple of buddies were talking, and we realized that it hadn't rained in California since forever. Last time I think was probably like, I don't know, 17 years ago. No, I don't know when, but whenever it rains, like for the first time in a long time, not like it rains and goes off and rains and go off, for the first time, the first rain, it's the most awakening. I don't know if you get that, but I get that feeling whenever I drive around with the window down. It smells cleaner. You can see the pavement is now cleared off of the dust. It feels a lot better. I think today is going to be a little bit of a deep thinking philosophy day. We're going to talk about fun things on Screwball Philosophy. Like environment. Let's talk about the environment. We're outside. Might as well. I am an advocate for the environment. Even though I think things are going to kill me. No, I strongly believe that we need to make sure that the Earth is going to stay around for a very long time. We're the ones who are in charge of this planet. I mean, there are other animals in charge, like lions, but they're in charge of their own natural thing. But I do think that as our society grows, as people begin to populate the Earth more and more, that we start to create a footprint on this Earth. My grandmother, whenever we go on long car rides, or just car rides in general, she always points out, like, look at the mountains. Look at how wonderful these mountains are. And I'm always like, yeah, Grandma, that's great. They're mountains. They're piles of dirt. Who cares? But she always makes it the point to make sure that we see those mountains. She has seen entire mountains be leveled just to put up a supermarket. Entire mountains. Recently, I went to Canada and we did a road trip. So I went all the way up the west coast into Canada to Vancouver and then all the way back down. And you don't really notice by living in your hometown for your entire life how important or just how different. You don't appreciate the characteristics of your own home when you live in it forever. But going out and seeing beautiful sights, places that I want to go back to, lovely sights, so many beautiful sights. And then coming back, then you see how beautiful your town can be. I mean, granted, it's still the same town and everything, but you start to see it in a new perspective. You start to see it as, these are mountains, yes, but why are they different from other mountains? Yes, my hillside is completely brown because it's full of dead bush, and we don't get any rain because this is Southern California. But you recognize these mountains, at least to me, I recognize these mountains as my home. I recognize the color and the texture, the size, and it's just a beautiful thing to me. While we're in my backyard, I want to tell you a funny story. I've had a lot of animals throughout my life as we were growing up. I've had cats, I've had frogs, I've had goldfish, but I've had 2 dogs, and their names were Sugar and Cinnamon. One was a yellow lab, and the other one was a brown mutt. We didn't know what she was. We found her on the streets. She peed on everything, but they were the most lovely dogs, most beautiful dogs, most fun dogs that I've ever had. Sugar was, for lack of better words, she was very disobedient. She thought that her way was the only way, and that we were just always in her way. And then Cinnamon was an idiot. But she was the adorable idiot. She was the pretty idiot. So, but we had these 2 dogs, and we had dog bowls, and we'd mostly keep them outside because they could. They were big dogs. They wouldn't be eaten by coyotes. We left their dog dishes out so whenever they got hungry they could eat, and we just give them food at least once or twice a day. And my dog, Sugar, she would pick up the bowl because it had a lip on it. I'll show you the bowl. Hold on. This is the bowl right here. As you can tell, there's a lip right here. So what she'd do, she got smart. She was a really smart dog. I'm not saying she was an idiot in any way. She'd pick it up with her mouth by the lip and then bring it over to her favorite spot, which is right over there. And then she'd just lay in the sun all day and eat. It was perfect. It was paradise for her. Every day was paradise. But because she brought the food out towards the trees, squirrels would start to come down. Now, when we had cats, they started to torment the cats, the squirrels, not the dogs. Dogs were afraid of the cats because that's what dogs do. You see all those comics where the cats are afraid of the dogs, and really it's the reverse because cats have claws and cats are dangerous. That's why I like cats. The squirrels would sit up on the trees, and then they'd start to squeak down from above, and the cats would go meow, meow. And they start to torment the cats, and then they start doing it to the dogs. And we're like, what the hell? What's going on? How come there's this big fight going on out there? So what we did, many Christmases ago, we got BB guns. And we never shot any animal. But what we would do, as you can see on this metal tin, there's a whole bunch of little marks on here. So we'd take the BB gun, and as the squirrels came down slowly, they'd put their head in the bowl and they start eating the leftover dog food. That's when me and my brother would stand at the door, our sliding glass door open up just so slightly, take the gun, put it outside, aim it at the bowl, and then patang! It would make a loud noise. And one time the squirrel had his head so far in, as soon as we shot it, it shot up 3 feet in the air. It was like a Scooby-Doo cartoon. The squirrel went ah in the middle of the air, and as soon as it landed, it just shot up the tree. It was the funniest thing that any of us had ever seen. I just think it's a funny story because I've never just to see how animated the squirrel was. That's just stupid. What else about outside? What else do I really love about outside? I used to camp all the time. My favorite thing to do in the world, which not a lot of people know, is camp. I love going camping. Whenever anybody presents me with the idea of going camping, I'm just like, yeah, count me in. I want to go. But I don't have camping friends. So what me and my family used to do all the time, we used to go camping on the beach. We used to go to Carpinteria. It was just a fun time because my mom, she's really good at getting all the sites. So we'd always used to get one site right on the beachfront. And it was great. I mean, it's not right on the beachfront, like the wave comes in and then we feel it in our sleeping bags. No. What we get like the property right there. So when we first woke up, we could walk down like 50 feet into the water or 50 feet down the beach, and then we'd finally get to the water and be just like perfect. And so when you'd fall asleep at night, you'd hear the waves crashing on the beach, and it'd be just so wonderful. The most peaceful experience of my life. We don't do it anymore because everybody's busy now, and school, work, fun. So, but no, camping is one of my favorite things. I need to go camping soon. That's really what I'm saying in this video. I need to go camping right now. Right now. This episode really wasn't a crazy, sporadic episode that you guys are used to. It's okay. Hey, this is my channel, and this is what it's going to be. There's going to be episodes where I just want to hang back and have a talk with you guys, or there's going to be times where I'm just going to do crazy things and teach you how to do things I've never done before, like that board game thing. Next episode, there's probably going to be a couple of sketches, and I'm going to have my guys on here soon, and they're going to be doing some improv, and they might be doing some sketches that they wrote too, so we'll see what happens. That's been my episode for the day. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day in this wonderful weather, just as much as I am, and it's supposed to be raining tonight, so everybody stay dry, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. Thanks for watching Screwball Philosophy. See you next week.